gone. Well, and so that was the beginning and end of the face war. It lasted about 3 minutes. There were other types of discrimination elsewhere in the country. Racial discrimination, religious discrimination, Canadian discrimination. But in Humbletown, those 3 minutes forever established our facial identity.
Okay, none of that happened, and those were way too many face puns.
Never! You hear me? There's never too many face puns.
Quiet, old man!
That wasn't even funny.
There was no facial hair discrimination, because about this time, a wave of change came to Humbletown.
Change? Dad-nabbit, I don't like change.
You see, back in those days, there was a lot of sexism.
Good times.
For instance,
next time, can you do it without the attitude?
Yes, my dear husband.
See, that's the problem with you women. Always yakking. Why isn't dinner on the table?
I've actually been cooking it for 4 hours now. The boar is almost tender, but it needs another 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes? I spend all day at the ShamWow factory while you just lounge around here, cleaning the house, doing the laundry, raising the children, managing the household finances, buying the groceries, cooking the food, dusting the china, and basically doing nothing. I'm tired. Is it too much to ask that when I get home, you fetch me my slippers, get me my newspaper, put my pipe in my mouth, get me my sweet, sweet whipped cream, and have dinner waiting on the table?
I'm sorry, husband.
Brings a tear to my eye just watching this beautiful domestic scene. Where is it today? It's gone.
well, things were about to change.
I'm trying to be a good wife here, but it's really difficult.
Sing it, sister!
This is ridiculous. These men treat us like dirt.
I wish I was treated like dirt.
I say, we women need to rise up and speak up for ourselves. That is the best idea I've ever heard. Death to the menfolk! Fetch me my pitchfork.
Actually, I was just talking about equality.
Oh, disregard that last bit then, but I'm still on board. Okay, so here's the plan.
I can't hear what you're saying because you're whispering. Wife! Wife! Wife!
servant. But, and you're lucky they talked me out of the pitchfork idea.
And that's when all the trouble started.
That's not when the trouble started.
I do believe it is. You see,
I'm not done with my part.
Hear ye, the meeting of the patriarchy is now in session. We'll begin with the grumblings.
Grumble.
Grumble.
Yeah, that's right, more grumbling.
Grumble. There's been a lot of craziness going on lately.
Yeah, apparently my wife doesn't want to be treated like an unpaid servant.
That's outrageous.
And my wife refuses to fluff my pillows at night while I'm sleeping.
Even more outrageous.
What can be done about
All
this?
right, listen up, I have an idea.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Sorry. I mean, let's create an advertising system based on keeping women unsatisfied with their bodies and make them so neurotic they won't be able to think straight. Then, we subtly manipulate them into internalizing gender discrimination so they won't mind if we take all the jobs.
That is so crazy. It just might work.
all right. Hey, stop it right there.
That's when the trouble started.
You neglect to mention one thing, though. The total erosion of our old-time values, such as shame, regret, and guilt.
That's a good thing.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, if you were alive back when the town was taken by storm by the nation's biggest dance craze, it would have melted your brain. If you had one, which you don't, because you're a girl. That reminds me. Let me tell you a little something about dance and music, or as the people today call it, doozic.
No one calls it that.
For decades, the country was perfectly happy with orchestral music, or big band music, or my personal favorite, zero music. I'm sorry, I can't help but shake my slacks every time I listen to the sweet, sweet sound of silence. Anywho, out of nowhere, America was taken by storm by insufferable music, accompanied by insufferable dancing. Suddenly, there was musical filth, such as the bunny hop and the twist, or worst of all, the mashed potato. And because Humbletown was the last town in America to receive a television, they only read and heard about each dance craze, and therefore had to guess the steps to all of them. And let me tell you, the alarming consequences were on national display at Dippy Dipperson's Dance Extravaganza.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dippy Dipperson's Dance Extravaganza. The mashed potato dance contest to end all mashed potato dance contests. Tonight, the most talented competitors in the nation are here to strut their stuff and find out who will walk away with the mashed potato trophy. Now, without further ado, let's meet tonight's contestants. First up, put your hands together for Claire from Houston.
Come on, everybody, clap your hands. Oh, you're looking good. I'm going to sing my song. It won't take long. We're going to do the twist, and it goes like this. Come on, let's twist again, like we did last summer. Yeah, let's twist again.
That was a stupendous mashed potato. And next we have Ryan from Maui. Aloha.
Yeah, let's twist again. Twist time is here. Round and round and up and down we go again.
And our third contestant, Humble Pie Humble Folk from Humbletown, the town that had to guess the steps to the mashed potato.
Hi, everybody.
music!
I'm not sure what that was, but I guess the judges will now decide who will take home tonight's mashed potato trophy. Oh, hold on a moment. My producer's telling me something. And that's especially surprising given earpiece technology hasn't even been invented yet. I'm being told that contestants 1 and 2 have been disqualified due to attempted judge bribery. So, I guess that means by default, our mashed potato trophy goes to Humble Pie, who is the daughter of Humblebee, just in case you needed that exposition. Humble Pie, how does it feel to be the champion of the world in the least deserving way possible?
I'd like to thank the real heroes, the potatoes.
See you next time, folks. I promise it'll be less disgusting.
It took a decade for the people of Humbletown to realize that the mashed potato didn't involve the literal mashing of potatoes. It is considered the second biggest misunderstanding in American history. Just behind that time, the entire state of Maryland thought that Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give meat breath." Anywho, that day in history resulted in two major developments. The first, Humble Pie immediately gained the adoration of everyone in town, which led to her becoming mayor the following day. The second, the dance craze led to the invention of dance craisins.
I suppose that's right.
What?
I think you're right about that. There was a dance craze as we were isolated from the rest of the country.
No, there wasn't. I was just making that up.
Aha!
Dagnabbit.
There was no dance craze. You're remembering the time Humbleton III wrote that comic book. Because if you recall, it started like this.
So remember, kids, keep on dancing. And when you're done dancing, go over to Gopherville and commit vandalism. Keep smiling.
The Gopherville debacle.
Oh, yes.
It was a glorious conflict.
It was the darkest time in Humbletown history.
How dare you! How dare you trample on my rose-colored past!
It all started, simply enough.
Why, hello there. We're Goodwill ambassadors from Gopherville, the next town over.
Well, welcome to Humbletown. Feel free to spend all your hard-earned money in our ShamWow Museum.
Well, we don't do a lot of museum visiting. We're what you like to call simple folk.
Oh, that's funny. This here town is full of simple folk.
I'm sure it is. Of course, our town is simpler.
I'm pretty sure this town is simpler.
I could see why you would think that, but of course you're terribly, terribly wrong. We got the simplest folks around.
Our people can't even spell simpler.
Probably true. Of course, we don't have no highfalutin ShamWow Museum in Gopherville. Nope, just a series of huts with no running water, like folks used to do before they got all fancy with those ShamWows.
I've heard about enough of this hogwash.
Hogwash? Well, that must be some kind of fancy college thing you do here in Fancy Town.
I'll see you dead!
I'll see you all dead. This whole town!
I could have loved you.
Oh, get out of here.
By the way, I'd like to mention that we have a nuclear bomb and we're not smart enough to not use it. Bye.
And thus began the great Gopherville-Humbletown frigid conflict.
I call all members of Humbletown to a general town meeting. Does anybody have a soap sack I can stand on? Huh. Are we all here? Has anybody seen Gloria who kicks a bucket for no reason? Good. I have terrible news.
He's a robot! Kill him!
No, I'm not.
That's exactly what a robot would say. Kill him anyway.
Hey, we're gonna need that barely concealed rage. We just gotta focus it. Humbletown faces an existential threat.
Do you mean the philosophical viewpoint that begins with a sense of disorientation and confusion with the apparent meaninglessness of an absurd world as advanced by Soren Kierkegaard?
Would you shut up about Kierkegaard?
Not if he's coming to destroy us.
He's already dead!
He's outsmarted us again.
I'm feeling a profound sense of loss and alienation.
Me too.
Hey!
Now is not the time to veer off on tangents about Swedish philosophers.
He was Danish.
I said now is not the time. We have word that the town of Gopherville has acquired a nuclear bomb and hates us. Silence! We face the worst threat to our existence. There's only one thing we can do.
Talk to them?
No, they're idiots. The only thing Gopherville people understand is the threat of overwhelming force. Do we happen to have any nuclear physicists in town?
I'm a nuclear physicist. What?
You just don't fit my preconceived notion of what a nuclear physicist looks like.
It ain't that hard.
You really think you can build a nuclear bomb?
Shucks, I got 2 of them in my barn.
That's to go for there.
If it isn't Mr. Snazzapants.
We're not scared of you. We have our own bomb now. In fact, we have 2.
Oh, well that's funny. Because we have 3.
Dang it! We need more nuclear bombs!
And on it went.
We have bigger bombs.
We painted angry faces on our bombs.
Our bombs even ask the owner after they kill you.
Our bombs stop just before they explode to make it so it comes out your boo dice.
Our bombs find your mothers first.
Our bombs seek out you kittens and puppies and blow them up first.
Until finally. Okay, children, it's time for us to practice what happens in the event of a Gopherville nuclear strike. Who can tell me the proper way to prevent yourself from an atomic conflagration at 6,000 degrees Kelvin? Ingrid,
Build a time machine and then go back in time to stop them from building the bomb?
That's a stupid answer, Ingrid. No, the correct answer is to duck near to the ground and place these nuclear fire-resistant napkins over our heads. Observe. 1, 2, 3, nuclear bombs can't hurt me. Now you try it, class. 1, 2, 3, nuclear bombs can't hurt me.
Isn't a nuclear blast likely to rip through our napkins?
That's why they're called nuclear fire-resistant napkins.
Something's happening.
People of Humbletown, we in Gopherville have decided that it is no longer nice to threaten you with a rain of fire. Therefore, we have decided to do the smart thing and detonate our bombs in the nearby lake, making everything safe for everyone. Sorry about the confusion.
Hamilton III, you're a hero!
Yes, I am.
Is it a good idea to blast a nuclear bomb in the nearby lake?
What's the worst that could happen?
Enough! That's positively enough! Gopherville never had a nuclear bomb.
They did too.
And neither did Humbletown.
They did too.
No, they didn't. They both had the atomic bomb.
An atomic bomb is a type of nuclear bomb.
You're a type of nuclear bomb.
Strangely, that hurts my feelings.
After the bomb incident, the frigid conflict just kept on escalating, with the divide between Humbletown and Gopherville becoming the centerpiece of Humble Pie mayorship. She made it her mission to identify and boycott any and all Gopherville sympathizers. They called it the trial of that week or so. And boy, oh boy, was it ever.
Order in the court! Order in the court!
Your witness.
Have you now or ever been a sympathizer for Gopherville?
No.
Really? Well, it's embarrassing. You just did this whole setup for nothing. Well, Your Honor, nothing further.
Trial adjourned!
Seriously? Oh, my fancy shoes! We did an entire scene change for that.
And so ended the frigid conflict. But history just kept on historying. With the divide between Humbletown, no, that's wrong. But history just kept on historying. In fact, soon after the bomb inventing, Humbletown went on to other things inventing. That's right, they weren't done inventing. Not by a darn sight. Why, on the contrary, Humbletown went on to invent the very first internet.
Again, not the least bit true.
Well, your type of nuclear bomb.
That really shouldn't bother me.
These weren't the average internets that we all know today. No, sirree. These internets were 1 trillion times more useful than the average internets. How, you ask?
How?
I'm glad you asked. These internets provided the good people of Humbletown with the only thing they need. A video of a cow mooing and then breaking wind.
Let's run a search to see if there are any tickets for tonight's complaint ball game.
Did you hear about how those 2 countries went to war today?
Which 2 countries?
Let me check. They're hard to spell.
Siri, I accidentally sliced my foot open with a meat cleaver and have lost a gallon of blood. Should I call a doctor?
And that very cow went on to become governor, and is still governor today.
He's still governor today?
She. If you knew anything, you know that a male cow is called a bull, and a female cow is called a governor.
I don't know if you think I'm stupid.
Oh, no, I think you're an ignorant hussy.
But I'm pretty sure the governor is not an actual cow.
There you go again with your fancy knowledge. In my day, we relied on innuendo and misinformation to get our news. I don't trust you or your so-called facts.
Too bad the governor's not an actual cow and I can use the internet to figure this out.
Put away your demon box.
Behold, the power of technology.
No!
Hold on. It's hard to get service in here. Oh, 1 bar! No. No bars. One bar. Nope. No bars again. All right, I quit. The governor is a cow.
Your magic has no purchase here, demon.
But the internet did come to Humbletown, but it came in the fashion in which it came to most of the rest of the world. Through the smartphone, which as we like to refer to as the age of people basically doing nothing except for looking at their phones all day, or the great fact-checking. I don't like vegetables.
That's not true. You like potatoes, honey.
A potato isn't a vegetable, dear. That was an ignorant comment.
Wrong. You're the ignorant comment.
Let's just see what the internet has to say about it.
Siri, is a potato a vegetable? Ha! A potato is a vegetable, but the Department of Health wants it classified as a, quote, starchy food. Dang it.
You know what's funny? The Department of Health wasn't founded until after World War I.
Fool! The Department of Health predates World War I.
Ha-ha! The roots of the Department of Health go back to 1946.
Mine says May 4th, 1980.
Foiled again.
And unfortunately, the internet brought other changes as well.
Hey, there's a comment section under a news article.
I think I will comment. My opinion matters a lot.
My opinion matters too. I will also comment.
Your opinion doesn't matter as much as mine because I'm a man.
I've internalized that as well.
It got so bad that people began to comment on everything that happened in town.
Make way for a man! Sorry.
Townspeople, I would like to inform you of a potentially dangerous event. There is a meteor heading for Humbletown as we speak. I need all of you to evacuate the town.
I'd just like to add that I wish all of you well, and I love my family.
That's something an ignorant hippopotamus would say.
Hey, why can't we have a civil discourse, you bee-eating slug?
Oh, sure. Make personal attacks instead of addressing the comment of her personal attack.
That's ad hominem.
You don't even know what ad hominem means.
Well, I know it sounds Latin, and because I know how to use Latin words, I'm so much smarter than the rest of you.
I don't even believe in meteors.
Okay, well, you wouldn't because you get all your news from TMZ.
I despise all news, and also I'm a veteran.
Trolls! There are trolls all around me!
Make money from home. I couldn't believe it until I started making $80 an hour doing nothing but making internet comments.
Somebody here is racist, I'm pretty sure.
And I'm pretty sure someone using the word racist is also racist.
Oh, wouldn't Martin Luther King Jr. have been appalled by that statement?
I'm not sure Gandhi would think that.
Oh, sure, bring up Gandhi! Stop! People, listen. The meteor is about to strike. We're all doomed unless we can put aside our petty differences and work together. So, who's with me?
Actually, you're not using the word petty properly. The Oxford English Dictionary defines petty as the...
The Oxford English Dictionary.
Why isn't anybody listening to me about opportunities to make money from home?
Fractious town destined to be wiped off the face of the earth.
Hashtag that's imminent.
Hashtag oh the humanity.
Hashtag make money from home.
Now, I'd like to stop this presentation for a moment because normally in this type of entertainment, a plucky oil driller would put a stop to this.
Someone call for a plucky oil driller?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'll just be over here having meaningful conversations with my loved ones so that when I sacrifice myself to save you all, you'll cry about me. You'll cry so much. Possibly because of my pluckiness.
But that isn't that type of entertainment because the meteor did strike Humbletown.
There's video feed.
Let's all take selfies!
It was called the Great Photo Bomb, and in those last beautiful selfies, you can see the meteor just behind them as if to say, I know you're taking pictures of yourselves, but I think very highly of myself, so I'm gonna pop myself behind this photo. Then so they all died.
Yep, that's right. All gone.
Indeed. And you might have thought that that was the end of it.
Oh, no. Because...
"8 years have come, and 8 years have gone. It's the autumn now, you see. Here we are on the Great Hill. And here where I stand is where eternity is marked with etched stones. Here lies the great epicenter of the moribund.
I'm saying it's a graveyard.
Anyways, these souls know their place in time and space, but for new ones, it takes them some time to understand what's happened to them.
Where am I? What is this place? Oh, wait, I got it. I'm dead.
Wow, she figured that out fast.
Woo, fast. I'd say she set another world record. Do you get it? Do you guys get it?
We get it.
Be warned, ghost number 3. As the good book says, Lucifer has no patience for puns.
But tell me, fellow ghosts, if I'm dead, how did I perish? Did I meet my demise while saving a school bus of children from falling into a chasm with big spikes at the bottom? Or, better yet, did I expire whilst crusading against brutal tyrants on the battlefield and die a celebrated hero? Or was it just that meteor?
Meteor.
Yeah, meteor.
But you did get a paper cut about 5 minutes before the meteor, so you could have died of blood loss.
Regardless, meteor.
Yeah, meteor.
So you could say the pen is meatier than the sword.
Let's go.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
Good Banshees, I have a question. Is it true that I have the opportunity to select a single day of my life to relive or witness? I think I read that in a play.
Yes, it's been attempted by some, but they all sort of hate it and return back to this place.
I don't recommend reliving one day.
I will ignore your warning and choose to rewind and relive the absolute best day of my entire life. It was June 8th when I was 11 years old. I will always remember the date, June 8th, because it was a day that I had the absolute best meal of my entire life. I ate 3 grease-dripping Cornish game hens all by myself and 2 quince pies slathered with heavy whipping cream for good measure and 4 thrice-baked potatoes with all the fixins and at least 6 ears of corn with 12 pads of butter. And then I had flan. Pounds and pounds of flan. Yes, I do declare that it was June 8th that I had the biggest and best meal of my life. And for that reason, I will choose to relive June 8th. Spirits, deliver to me June 8th!
Then it will be so! On your 11th year of life you shall relive June 8th!
Oh, wait, no, June 7th. Sorry about that, June 7th.
How may you?
Oh, no, June 7th. Oh, seriously, do I have to? Oh, God. Oh.
Why did I eat 3 Cornish game hens? Oh. And in hindsight, the heavy whipping cream was excessive. I could see a few ounces of flan, but pounds? Well, at least I can look on the bright side and know that my best friend's coming to read my horoscope any moment to me now.
Hey, best friend Humble Pie. First off, I hate you now. We're no longer best friends.
What?
But down to business. Let's see. Gemini. Exciting things are in store for you in June. Stay positive and look for opportunities to shine. Be wary, however, that your best friend will abruptly terminate your friendship on the 8th. Yep, checks out. Also, at some point in the future, you will die earlier than expected due to either a meteor or paper cut.
Told you so.
You did call that.
You sure you don't have anything else you'd like to add there?
I'm not sure I understand.
This is the part where you make people cry.
Oh, ready? It all happened so fast. Just yesterday, I was a little girl vomiting into a bucket. And now look at me. Why didn't I appreciate the days that went by? Why was I so concerned about what people felt about me? All the things I didn't do, the places I didn't go, the Asian foods I didn't try. It's over already, and I feel like it never really began. How's that? Oh. I remember Baxter, my dog. He was a basset hound. He was my best friend growing up. But dogs don't age like humans do. And by the time I was 14, he wasn't the same. He moved slowly, his legs were heavy, and he looked up at me. Papa said, "The veterinarian said Baxter has a tumor." So we took him out into a field. Papa gave me the gun. "He's your dog, you need to do it." And as I looked into his eyes, I could see myself reflected there. And I thought, just yesterday you were a puppy, and I love you. I love you so much, Baxter. Did he know this was his last day? Did he know this was the last field he would ever smell? So, I raised the gun to my shoulder. "I'm sorry, best friend. I'm sorry." If only I could see you one more day. Feel your wet nose one more time.
Oh, I think that can be arranged.
Oh, Baxter! Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, man.
And that's how you make people cry at the end of a show. And with that, we have reached the end of our tale of Humbletown. Like all great stories, it started with a bunch of obese Norwegians and ended with a ghost dog.
You are a horrible storyteller.
Well, you're a type of nuclear bomb.
Again, really?
Now, some of you out there might be wondering, why did I just spin you that yarn? Well, I'm not an ordinary old man. I am Humbleton the First.
What? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Humbleton was a Civil War soldier. It's 2019. It would be medically impossible for him to be alive right now.
Normally, I'd agree with you, but I discovered the secret to immortality.
Which is?
Gluten.
This is absurd. It's made even more absurd because I'm not just a generic, young, female narrator. I am a direct descendant of the Humbleton line. So, if you're Humbleton, you're my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Nice to meet you.
Humbleton!
That's great-grandpa to you.
Oh, Grandpa! I don't know about everyone else, but I think it's time we tie a bow on this story, because Humbleton and I have a century and a half of catching up to do.
Indeed we do, young lady. Indeed we do.
So, from our little town to yours, we say to you,
Good